Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of SAHAJ Times podcast. My name is Lele. I'm the host of this podcast, and I think you know by now. And today I find myself in a really difficult situation because I have to interview the host that has been hosting every single evening program since I have memories. So, welcome to the podcast, Auntie Purna. Welcome, Auntie.
Hi to everyone. I'm just so happy to be here. And I think that what you're doing, Lali, is just such a great thing. It's great. It's fantastic. This is the way to go. So I'm very happy to be here.
Can we just start by saying that I should stop calling you auntie? Can I do that? Because we've been close.
Yes.
We are really close friends. So there is no
Please
auntie
do that.
between us.
It will be such a blessing for me to just be called Purna. Absolutely. Let's do that.
And so first of all, before we talk about the Nirmal Arts Academy, or do we want to talk about that first and then we can go like a little bit more in depth about something interesting? I have two questions for you. One is about the Nirmal Arts Academy, and the other one, you know what I want to talk about.
It's up to you. You're leading the boat. It's up to you. Whatever you feel is the right thing, you just do it. Sail the boat.
Let's let's start chill. Can you tell us something about these years, but also about the genesis of the Nirmal Arts Academy? Where does it come from? What is the tab actually? So we can explain it a little bit.
Sure. So, Theatre of Eternal Values, as for short TEV, is a theatre company that was created in 1995 in Cabella by the desire of Her Holiness Srimataji Nirmala Devi that wanted to use theatre and art as an instrument to inspire the spiritual evolution, to bring values through art, through theatre. And so we started this journey together with a group of actors. Soon is gonna come out a book about the history actually next year because we're gonna have our anniversary. So people can actually go through it and understand really what was happening at the beginning with all these young people starting this journey, like traveling around and having performances by the name of Theatre of Eternal Values. The Sri Mataji's company, theatre company, so it was quite a big deal. But I won't go too deep into this because it's another topic for today. But just to say that from that desire of manifesting through art and theatre came also the desire to expand and move into the Nirmal Arts Academy that we started, I think now nearly 20 years ago. I mean, now it's quite a long while from when the foundation started in Cabella. So this desire to give the possibility to everyone to come near the arts, to get tuning with the different artists that are teaching, and having the possibility to touch so many topics in art, it was really grand. So that's why we started Nirmal Arts Academy. That is really a way to know arts, to go deeper into the knowledge of our talent, to start new projects, and to use all this art form in this deeper way, and to understand that art and all the art forms are there to manifest the spirit as channel to whisper the message of the divine in a way that they don't touch the ego, because this is the beauty of art. It comes straight to your heart, it comes straight to your emotions, it touches the spirit without challenging your ego, but just soothing you. And that's also why Shimataji was using so much bhajan just before a program, because in that state, people just open their heart, they're filling up with joy, and they're ready, to absorb instead of reacting to the words. And that's one of the let's say one of the sides of art that does that, puts ego into sleep a little bit and lets the art manifest. And so Nirmal Arts Academy is really a chance for everyone to live 2 weeks in Cabela and creatively to enter into a different atmosphere that what we are used to, and get to know each other in a different way, exchange activities, starting project. It's all quite lively, and touching, I'd say 50 subjects, coming from music, theater, dance, visual arts, craft, kind of wellness kind of courses for the personal evolution as well, movements, and also actually lately also languages, because for like last year we had yes, Italian, because they've been asking me so much. We had Hindi, we had Arabic language, and this year we have Mandarin, we have Chinese. So it's a real way to touch the world and say, hey, we are here to build a new culture, and together we go deeper into that to understand also what is our culture. mm, I'm moving along, Lele. Stop the
Yeah.
sale when you want.
I, w-
Because
I w-
then,
I just want to add something that
yeah.
I've been there like for like 3 years straight, and beside on a creative level, beside the spiritual level, on a personal level, has been one of the experiences that made me grow. Because even nowadays, like I was performing for the first time in my life when I was 13 in front of a crowd, maybe hosting for the first time in those evenings. So on a personal level, even now I see people that struggle with talking in public, with creating relationship with people, which is something that I'm now struggling, because I also did the Nirmal Arts Academy. And nowadays also at work you can see it, and the things that we do in Saja Yoga on a social level, you just bring it with you, and that has been like the on a personal level, the best experience ever. And I don't know if you want to add something about the festival also, because I don't know if it is always been like that, like after the academy there is the festival, or it started a little bit later.
So the festival started a little bit later because we needed actually to establish the academy first of all, and then by looking at all this beauty that we have, at all this richness. You're talking about your experience in life, but you can see all these young people having such talent, and sometimes not even so young, discovering their talents, and this richness of artists. We felt, okay, we need to expand a bit more. This cannot be just for us, needs to be for the new seekers, needs to be for the world to understand what is a culture of the spirit, what is the culture that our mother taught us, what is a legacy, what can we bring out. And that's why the culture of the spirit started, to have that ready for an audience, to show the audience and to get the audience tuned to this culture, the spirit. So it started after, I think, 2 or 3 years afterwards, we started with the festival. And I just tell you one story, which is really very serious, because one of the first festival, a journalist came to interview us and to be part of the festival there. And he said, what is this place? What is this that I'm feeling? I'm looking around and I can believe that paradise on earth is possible. And it was bathing, in this joy around, which is absolutely an honest joy. It's not something then, you just get excited for something, you hear nice rhythm, you hear something inside, you feel like moving because it feels like dancing, or you're taken by something. It's really pure joy, because this is what happens when a realized artist um, manifest. I'm sorry to use so many times the word manifest, but it's just so important, because really to understand that we are here to be an instrument for the divine, and to actually being able to manifest that through our art, our doings, is so immense. Is this power that Mother gave us is just so immense, and people feel it, feel that manifestation of divine, inspires that spiritual growth, and tells you that inspiration, when it comes from the top, has a richness that is uncomparable. You know what I mean? And everybody can feel it, and they feel like this. They feel this lightness. It's like they would say walking on the light, on the rays of the light, or walking on the water, is that kind of lightness that comes into you and because it makes you feel part of a whole, because it's not just you with your joy that can be big or small. It's a joy that expands, it's something that makes you feel part of that all, and that collective body basically enjoys together. And this is the difference. So that's why we started Culture of the Spirit, also to get the collectivity to understand what we have inside our sangha, how many artists, how many people have a talent, and to display it there. And then of course we moved out of Cabela, Rome in the last years, but we went to America, we went in other parts of Europe, and it's always been, so beautifully enjoyed by everyone, to have such innocence and creativity together, then give that joy, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, today I've seen a message. I've received a message about a sort of a tour in America organized by the TAV. Am I right about this, or am I wrong?
Yes, because as I was saying, TEV needs to expand. And when Mother created TEV, she said that, first of all, the Theatre of Eternal Values as a company would save the theatre world. And then she said to Victor, you don't know how big it's going to become. And it's happening different ways. So we also started a TEV America. Purnima is there leading the way on this side. We are currently always in touch. We started going some few years at the academy there to reconnect with everyone. But from when Purnima is there, really the desire to open up this section of the theater company first, and then now also there is expanding in another way with this realization tour in America. So we are really, really very happy that this is happening as well.
Lovely, lovely. I really love it. And I feel like moving also towards another really interesting topic to me, because I've never seen evening programs when Shimadaji was alive. I never witnessed, because I started going to Cabela when I was like 13 later on. And I would like to ask you, because I cannot miss this chance, to ask you, how were the evening programs before, when Shimadaji was still here in her physical form, compared, of course, to now?
Okay, that's a very good question. And the thing is, what I can say, that they were long, but no one would move out before the end of a program. And there was respect for each person that was going on that stage at the feet of Mother, because Mother's attention was on that person, on that collective. It was a process. And it was really like, okay, this is an evening with our Mother. And Mother will be there, enjoy and patiently seeing also things. And sometimes you would wonder, my goodness, Mother had so much patience with her, because of love. And because it was a process of working out, getting ready for the puja. Everything was a form of bhakti and not of performance to get ready for the puja. And us as children at the feet of Mother, we were immersed in that joy, in that water, I would say, that allowed us to feel really, again, as one. And there was this awe, this, Mother is there. And she's giving attention to everyone. And so us. This oneness was very clear, because our center of attention was Mother. And you would feel the heart of people. And there was no way that somebody would just talk at the end of the hangar, or do something else. Basically, the evening programs, they were a bit like a pre-puja, so it's the same kind of feeling, the same kind of atmosphere. it is divine because mother created that. And so much, I have to say, missing in many of the evening program now, that kind of respect and a sense of what we are doing there. Of course, we need to be free, and but sometimes this freedom is taken at the cost of the respect for others, because when somebody's on stage, is on stage with all their heart and is giving something to the Adishakti, is there to bow at mother's feet. So it's a really lack of respect if you start playing around or talking or making mess or standing up and like I'm always, I don't understand because by 11 already people start to get up and I just don't get it. And I'm sorry because sometimes on stage I really get angry and say it out loud. What you doing, but somehow, it's just a work that we have to do together, and we'll find a joy. Of course, we can be tighter, we can be better organized and all that, but we need to have the desire to have that encounter together. You know what I mean? Because mother is there. Mother is always there.
Yeah, and that's something that maybe I get it if we missed it because, like now we think a little bit more about the form, about the performance itself. Like when someone might, also because we study music. So we're like, that tinsel was a bit weird, the TI wasn't properly. But sometimes we also forget about the form. And I remember, and there are so many videos in which like Shimadaji is really laughing at some performances. They really came out a bit different, not really perfect, but it was really enjoyable. And now sometimes things sometimes are not really fully enjoyable or not really like comprehended. Maybe I'm the first, huh? I'm the first in doing that. I'm
No, no,
really the
no.
first.
But I think, Lale, there are two things actually. Things have to move in two ways. One way is to understand why you're going on that stage and what you are bringing, what is the purpose. So there is also the responsibility of whoever goes on stage then has to have the right attitude as well. And then there is the audience on the other side and should have this exchange, of attention and love. So I think it's really both ways, and it's a very delicate balance, to actually create an atmosphere that stays up with the attention, then doesn't get lost here and there. I think I have a dog, then it will start barking soon. But
That's fine. I also have a dog. I also have a dog. And like I had the chance to host a guru puja once, and I remember that like in the back, in the behind the curtains, there was a little bit of a debate concerning the meditation before the evening program, because there was someone saying that usually when Shimada-ji was still in her physical form, we didn't use to meditate before the evening program. Is that
no,
true?
yeah. I mean, basically, you would uh, come and wait, obviously, while waiting mother to come, it's possible and we'll get in a state of meditation, but there was not a meditation as such, because the evening program, it is a meditation in itself. And the thing is, then you need to get ready to that kind of energy. So I understand that now we need something to recollect our attention, before to get ready for something. But I'm always actually promoting something that is very short, because then the attention goes away, people, they get tired. So I really feel that it should be done as a way, I mean, to tune up, basically, and then getting immediately into the evening as such, because that's why we're there, basically.
Yeah, also just like pujas, I would expect people to be participants during the evening program, more than starting meditating, unless the performance is not like a rag or something that is making you meditate. And but also I
Yes.
would expect something like that, because as you said, I always seen the weekend in Cabela like a military weekend. You know, you go to sleep at 4 a.m. after the evening program. Then 7 a.m. there is the Havan, and you don't leave the evening program because tomorrow you have to wake up early. You know, I
No,
if
I
she managed
understand.
to.
Yeah, yeah. I think maybe we can do better in the organization of this kind of event, and really, for example, one Guru Puja we tried probably last year to have a program in the afternoon, so that we could divide the things of the evening, so then people could still enjoy the evening to the end, because some things went on the afternoon, which is nice. Why not? Instead of roaming around, you could have something in between, I don't know, like 5 to 6:30, for example. You having your program there in the afternoon, then you have a break, then you can come back. So, as you say, it shouldn't be a rush. It shouldn't be something that you're running in scheduled time. We should find our way in, to find our own way for the time, which is not easy, but can be done.
Yeah, I remember a really, really wonderful chai break during a Ganesha Puja once. That could be done again, maybe. And after that,
Yeah,
you drop like a bomb performance to bring people back in because that's the struggle, I guess.
yeah.
Beside
But
that, I would
still,
like to
it
ask you.
works.
No, no, go, Auntie, go,
Yes.
Auntie. Purna.
No, no, I'm just looking, then all my technical instruments are going crazy. And it seems like if I have a 60% on my phone.
Oh no. So maybe we have time for the last question, which is like
Yes.
something that I wonder about you, which is my parents and you are like best friends. They've been talking to me about you since when I was a kid, and then I saw you on the stage. I missed that part where you became the main host, and I don't know how it happened. And was there a host before you? I don't remember. I've seen videos. I don't. I never seen hosts for the evening programs
I
before.
don't, I don't know, Lele, come on, really. It just happened. It just happened. It just manifested itself. I don't know. It's just,
Manifested.
I mean, we started TEV, and TEV was starting, and often it happened, and we led it with Uncle Victor. So it just went smoothly like that. There was not a decision about it, I think. It just happened spontaneously. But please let me know when you have enough of me, and I'll put myself aside immediately.
Never, never. I was expecting a huge council of people saying Auntie Purna will guide this, but okay. So Purna, I think we can also close it. I think it's been 20 minutes. It's
Yeah.
been the shortest episode so far, but we have things to do. You have a dog, I have a dog, I've got friends, you've got a family. So thank you very much
I
for
also
joining
got
us.
friends, by the way. I also got friends.
No, of course, of course. I feel like after getting married, life is no longer that enjoyable, but that's my
No,
problem.
Lele,
Um,
I just one thing I wanted to say before we close. Then it would be great if, I mean, I don't know what is the time of everyone during the academy and all that, but of course we do public speaking. As you said, we help people to communicate, which is so important, especially for programmer in general in life, because it's not that I'm making a program, then I'm a yogi, or it's not that I'm performing on a stage and I'm an artist. I'm always a yogi and I'm always an artist. I create every time you connect with somebody or you speak, and I still give realization because I'm a yogi wherever I go. So communication is so center on all this, and it would be great if people really come to the academy to follow that through. But also, because what I would like to do this year, if it's possible, to have a small course on what is it to be on that stage for the evening programs. Not the rules, but what is the dharma of all that? Because then from there we can expand. But I think it's important because it's a responsibility, to have that role. So it would be great if many people, understand it and then do it.
Okay, so after these words of wisdom, I can only ruin it. So thank you really much, Auntie Purna, for joining
Thank you,
me.
Lali. You're great. Love you very much, and love your
Thank
mama and
you.
papa, my wonderful brother and sister and friends.
Thank you very much.
Thank
This
you.
was Sahaj Times Podcast. Bye.
Bye bye.